The SUV world is crowded. Toyota has the RAV4, Honda has the CR-V, and Hyundai has the Tucson. But here's the truth. None of them were ever considered the driver's SUV. That title, it belonged to the Mazda CX-5. And now, in 2026, the legend is reborn. A brand new design, Mazda's first in-house hybrid system, and a level of refinement that could shake up the entire compact SUV segment. The question is, did Mazda just build the perfect balance of efficiency, style, and driving fun? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have your answer. The Mazda CX-5 isn't just another SUV. Since its debut in 2012, it's been the model that carried Mazda's reputation for making practical cars feel like true driver's machines. Where other crossovers leaned on size or features, the CX-5 leaned on soul. It carved out a niche. People who wanted efficiency, but refused to give up joy behind the wheel. Fast forward to 2026, and the world has changed. Hybrids dominate sales, emissions regulations are stricter than ever, and competition is fiercer. Mazda could have played it safe, but instead, they've taken their bestseller and reimagined it from the ground up. Let's start with the way it looks. At first glance, you might think the 2026 CX-5 isn't drastically different from the outgoing model, but that's intentional. Mazda's design philosophy Kodo, Soul of Motion, is about evolution, not revolution. The proportions remain familiar, but every line is tighter, every surface more refined. The front grille is wider and sleeker, flanked by slim LED headlights that give the SUV a premium, almost European character. Along the sides, subtle sculpting creates a sense of movement even when the car is standing still. And out back, redesigned taillights echo Mazda's signature look, sharper and more modern than before. Early prototypes spotted during testing showed the SUV under heavy camouflage. But now that the wraps are coming off, the attention to detail is clear. The CX-5 doesn't scream for attention, it earns it quietly. With elegance. Step inside, and you immediately understand Mazda's approach. While rivals chase giant screens and flashy gimmicks, Mazda keeps things driver-focused and beautifully restrained. The 2026 CX-5 features an all-new cabin design, built around clean lines, premium materials, and a more minimalist aesthetic. The centerpiece is a larger infotainment screen running Mazda's latest interface, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard. But unlike some competitors, the screen doesn't dominate the cabin. Physical controls remain where they're needed: climate, volume, doctor modes, because Mazda knows not everything should live behind a TOUCHSCREEN. Seats are redesigned for long-distance comfort. With available Napa leather and subtle stitching details, rear passengers get more legroom, thanks to smart packaging. While cargo space has been optimized without bloating, the SUV's size, and with a panoramic sunroof available on higher trims, the cabin feels airy, bright, and inviting. This is where Mazda shines, making a mainstream SUV feel a little more special now. The part everyone's been waiting for. This is the first time Mazda has developed its own hybrid system from the ground up. Unlike the CX-250 hybrid, which borrows Toyota tech, the CX-5's hybrid is pure Mazda engineering. Under the hood sits Mazda's next-generation Skyactiv Z 2.5-liter four-cylinder, paired with an electric motor and a new lithium-ion battery pack. Combined output, around 220 horsepower, with strong torque delivery thanks to electric assist. It's not about headline numbers, it's about responsiveness, smoothness, and efficiency. By Mazda claims big improvements in fuel economy, with estimates pushing above 40 miles per gallon combined. At the same time, the hybrid system is tuned for driving enjoyment. Throttle response is crisp. Transitions between gas and electric are seamless. And even the regenerative braking has been calibrated to feel natural. For those who want something sportier, rumors suggest a turbocharged version of the Skyactiv Z might also join the lineup later. But Mazda's focus here is clear, blending performance with responsibility. Mazda didn't stop at efficiency. The CX-5 has always been about handling, and the 2026 model doubles down on that legacy. Engineers revised the suspension geometry, improved steering feedback, and lowered the center of gravity by reworking the chassis design. What does that mean in practice? On a winding road, the CX-5 feels more agile than rivals. Steering is direct, body roll is well controlled, and the ride strikes a balance between firm and comfortable. It doesn't float like a Toyota RAV4, nor does it feel overly stiff like a sporty Mazda 3. Instead, it hits that sweet spot where driving becomes enjoyable. Again, in an SUV. Technology is where Mazda has taken a smarter, more streamlined approach. Instead of overwhelming buyers with dozens of trims and confusing options, Mazda has cut the lineup complexity by 60%. That means fewer packages, clearer choices, and less frustration at the dealership. Inside, you'll find a fully digital 12.3-inch driver display, a crisp infotainment system with over-the-air updates, and available extras like a 360-degree camera, wireless charging, and a premium Bose sound system. Mazda didn't chase gimmicks, they focused on features people actually use. Voice control has been improved. Menus are cleaner, and the system is faster overall. It may not have the futuristic flash of Hyundai's dual-screen setup, but it feels mature, polished, and reliable. Of course, no modern SUV can compete without advanced safety. The 2026 CX-5 comes standard with Mazda's iActisense suite, including adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and automatic emergency braking. But Mazda also fine-tuned how these systems behave. Instead of constantly nagging drivers, the assists work more naturally, stepping in only when needed. Optional upgrades include intersection assist, traffic jam pilot, and enhanced adaptive headlights that swivel with the road. Combined with a stiffer structure and improved crash protection, the CX-5 feels like one of the safest choices in its class. Now, how does the new CX-5 stack up against its rivals? Let's break it down. Against the Toyota RAV for hybrid, the Mazda offers sharper handling and a more premium cabin feel, though Toyota still wins on rugged styling and resale value compared to the Honda CR-V hybrid. The CX-5 feels more upscale and engaging to drive. The CR-V counters with a slightly larger interior and a reputation for rock-solid reliability. The Hyundai Tucson hybrid brings bold styling and a long warranty, but its fuel economy isn't always as strong in real-world driving. And then there's the Kia Sportage hybrid, which offers lots of tech and cargo space but doesn't quite match the CX-5's driving dynamics. Mazda's advantage isn't about being the best in a single category, it's about balance, style, efficiency, handling, comfort. It scores high marks across the board. Pricing hasn't been finalized yet, but early reports suggest a starting point around $30,000 for the base hybrid, climbing to $40,000 plus for fully loaded trims with premium features. The simplified lineup will make it easier to choose. Fewer trims, but each one more well-equipped. That means buyers get more value without drowning in options. And when you consider Mazda's build quality and driving feel, the CX-5 still undercuts premium brands while feeling closer to them than ever. So, here's the big question. Is the 2026 Mazda CX-5 the new benchmark for compact SUVs? Well, if you're looking for the flashiest tech or the absolute biggest numbers, maybe not. But if you care about how your SUV feels to drive, how it makes you feel when you look at it, and how much smarter your buying experience can be, then yes, the new CX-5 might just be the sweet spot of the segment. Mazda didn't reinvent the wheel, they refined it. They took everything that made the CX-5 beloved and added just enough. Their first in-house hybrid, a more polished design, a simplified lineup, and a commitment to driving joy. The result? An SUV that isn't just another appliance, but a machine with character. And in today's world of cookie-cutter crossovers, that makes the 2026 Mazda CX-5 something truly special. CX-5, something truly special.
I wanna be first, work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create